Hello students, good evening to everyone. This is M. Bujjibabu, working as a chemistry lecturer in Vignan Cooperative Junior College, Vadlamudi. So in previous sections we discussed about the chapter of D block elements or transition elements. Especially from last two videos we mainly focused on the some related questions in objective pattern. So in this video also I would like to explain some important previous JE bits and MSET bits regarding the D block elements or transition elements. The first question, in which of the following ions DD transition is not possible? In which of the following ions DD transition is not possible? So the DD transition is very important factor in transition elements. So there are many properties which are exhibited by transition elements. In that one, the important point is these transition elements exhibit some color. So why the transition elements exhibit color? Basing on the DD electron transition. So due to the DD electron transition, the transition metal ions exhibit some color. So if the DD electron takes place, must and surely the transition metal ion contain at least one unpaired electron. So once we look at the 3D transition elements like scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So come to the first one, titanium. Titanium plus 4 in option 1. Titanium. So what is atomic number for titanium? Titanium atomic number is 22. So what is the configuration? Argon 4s2 3d. So argon means 18, 20, 22. So in case of titanium plus 4 state, it losing 4 electrons from 4s orbital, 2 from 3d orbital. Therefore it gain configuration 4 argon 3d0 4s0. So number of unpaired electrons is 0. Therefore we simply said that if titanium does not undergo DD electron transition. So check the second ion, that is Cr plus 3 ion. What is the atomic number for chromium? Chromium atomic number is 24. Configuration argon 4s2, argon 18, 20, 24, 3d4 configuration. So in Cr plus 3 state, losing 3 electrons, 2 electrons from s orbital, 1 electron from d orbital. Therefore it get an argon 3d3 configuration, 3 unpairs. So come to the next one, manganese. So what is atomic number for manganese? Manganese 25, configuration argon 4s2 3d. So argon means 18, 20, 25, 3d5. So configuration Mn plus 2, losing 2 electrons. So what is the remaining configuration? Argon 3d5. Here number of unpaired electrons are 5. And next one, Cu plus 2. What is atomic number of copper? Copper atomic number 29. Configuration argon 4s2 3d. Argon means 18, 20, 29, 3d9. So Cu plus 1. Cu plus 2 state, so it losing 2 electrons from this one, they get a configuration like this, argon 3d9. 3d9 means how many unpaired electrons are present here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One unpaired electron is present. So in case of copper, 1 unpaired electron. In case of manganese, number of unpaired electrons 5. In case of chromium, number of unpaired electrons 3. In case of titanium, number of unpaired electrons is equal to 0. If there is no unpaired electrons, there is no DD electron transition. That's why in that 4 option is titanium. Ta plus 4, DD electron transition is not possible due to the absence of unpaired electrons. So question number 2. The d electron configuration of chromium ion, manganese ion, iron ion, nickel ion are 3d4, 3d5, 3d6 and 3d8 respectively. Which one of the following aqua complex will exhibit the minimum paramagnetic behavior. Minimum paramagnetic behavior. So once we write the configuration, in case of chromium Cr plus 2, it exists, what is the configuration like this one? 3d4 configuration, and second one Mn plus 2, its configuration is 3d5. In case of Fe plus 2, number of configuration 3d6, and finally Ni plus 2, so its configuration is 3d8. So what is the question? Which one of the following aqua complex will exhibit the minimum paramagnetic behavior? So once check the given four options: chromium, 6 aqua chromium, hexa aqua manganese, hexa aqua iron, hexa aqua nickel. So in these four compounds, so the ligand is water. Metals are different: chromium, manganese, iron, nickel. But here our question is, which complex ion exhibit the minimum paramagnetic behavior? You know that very well. The characteristic nature of magnetic momentum expressed by two types, that is a paramagnetic substance and diamagnetic substance. So paramagnetic substance is due to the presence of unpaired electrons, diamagnetic substance due to the presence of paired electrons. Okay, so here in that question, what is the important thing is here, the complex which is exhibited minimum paramagnetic behavior, that means it contain a less number of unpaired electrons. In case of chromium, 3d4 configuration like this, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, number of unpairs of 4. In case of 3d5, 1 2 3 4 5, number of unpairs are 5. In case of 3d6 configuration, 1 2 3 4 5 6, therefore number of unpairs are 4 here. In case of 3d8 configuration, 3d8 means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, number of unpairs are 2. So therefore Ni plus 2 consisting of only 2 unpaired electrons, therefore among these 4 complexes, Ni plus 2 which exhibit a minimum paramagnetic behavior, that means consisting of least number of unpaired electrons than compare with chromium, manganese and iron. They contain 4 5 4. So in case of nickel 3d8 configuration, only 2 unpaired electrons. Due to this presence of 2 unpaired electrons, it possesses minimum paramagnetic behavior. Next question. 1 mole of acidified potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 on reaction with excess of Ki potassium iodide will liberate moles of iodine. So 1 mole of acidified potassium dichromate reaction with excess of Ki, how many moles of iodine will be liberated? We know that very well. Potassium dichromate is the best oxidizing agent in acidic medium. Potassium dichromate, we have to take dichromate ion, that is Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6 electrons. So it was rise to reduce to 2Cr plus 3 ion plus 7 moles of water. So in case of iodine, here 6 iodine atoms are, gives rise to 3I2, involvement of 6 electrons, 6I minus, 6 electrons gained by iodine changes into 6I minus, 3 to 6 iodines. Therefore we have to write this equation like this one: Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus 6I minus gives rise to 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2O plus 3I2. Therefore it changes into 3I2, 3 moles of iodine. Iodine get oxidized into iodine, I2. So this is from potassium iodide, Ki, K plus ion and I minus ion. I have to take I minus ion from Ki. Therefore it is changes into 3 moles of iodine. The answer is 3. For a decolorization of 1 mole of potassium permanganate, the moles of hydrogen peroxide required is, okay. So write the balanced equation for this one. Potassium permanganate in acidic medium, 2KMnO4 plus 3H2SO4 plus 5H2O2, it gives rise to K2SO4 plus 2MnSO4 plus 8H2O plus 5O2. So once check the balance, 2K, 2Mn. So what about oxygens? 2 4s 8, 3 4s 12, 12 8 20, 5 2 10 30. 4, 2 4s 8 10, 10, 4, 2 4s 8 8 4 12, 12 18, 20, 30. Okay, balance. So come to the hydrogen, 3 to 6 hydrogens here, 5 to 10, 16 hydrogens, 8 to 16 hydrogens. So here the 1 mole of KMnO4 required how many moles of hydrogen peroxide? So here from the equation, 2 moles of KMnO4 required 5 moles of H2O2. Therefore, for 1 mole of KMnO4 it will be required 5 by 2 moles of hydrogen peroxide, 5 by 2 moles. So from the balanced equation, 2 moles of KMnO4 required moles of hydrogen peroxide is 5. Therefore, for 1 mole of potassium permanganate required moles are 5 by 2. Next question, number of moles of potassium dichromate reduced by 1 mole of Sn plus 2 ion. We know that potassium dichromate also can act as a best oxidizing agent in acidic medium. There is a dichromate ion, Cr2O7 minus 2 plus 14H plus reduced to Cr plus 3 ion, 7 moles of water. So next one, Sn plus 2 reduced to Sn plus 4 by losing 2 electrons. So therefore here number of moles of potassium dichromate reduced by 1 mole of Sn plus 2 ion. So if Sn plus 2 changes to Sn plus 4, it oxidizes to involving 2 electrons only. For example, 1 mole of Sn plus 2 reduced to Sn plus 4 involving electrons are 2 electrons. In case of 1 mole of potassium dichromate reduced to Cr plus 3 ion, here 6 electrons are involved. 6 electrons are involved. Therefore, involvement of 2 electrons of Sn plus 2, this is equal to m by 6 into 2. M by 6 into 2. This is equal to m by 3 value. This is equal to m by 3 value, that is equal to 1 by 3. That is equal to 1 by 3. Therefore, the number of moles of potassium dichromate reduced by 1 mole of Sn plus 2 ion is, so for the oxidation of Sn plus 2 into Sn plus 4, involvement of electrons are true. In case of potassium dichromate changes into chromium ion, involvement of electrons are 6. Therefore, we have to take here, this is 1 molar, this is 1 molar. Therefore, for the involvement of the reduction of Sn plus 2, involvement of electrons are 2. Therefore, m by 6 into 2, this is equal to m by 3 value, that is equal to 1 by 3. And final question is, the correct order of reactivity of halogens with 3D transition series is. So in the 3D series elements, the elements which are present from scandium to zinc. So the order of reactivity of halogens in case of 3D series is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. So in this order, increasing order, fluorine greater than, chlorine greater than, bromine greater than iodine. So due to the high electronegativity of fluorine. So among the halogens, fluorine is the highest electronegative element. Therefore, the order of reactivity of halogens in case of 3D series, first priority goes to highest electronegativity element, that is fluorine, next to chlorine, next to bromine, next to iodine. Okay, thank you to all. Thank you very much.